This video is sponsored by Hunter Engineering. Visit hunter.com for more information.
Hey, what's up guys? David here with Tire Review, and I am out here with Pirelli in Death Valley to test the brand new Scorpion XTM AT tire. Come on, let's check it out.
That's right, this is an AT tire and it comes from Pirelli. Not the first segment you think of when you think of Pirelli, right? But I'll tell you what, by the end of this video, I think you're going to agree that the Italian tire manufacturer, arguably best known for racing and performance, has totally earned its spot as a major player in tires designed to be taken off the pavement. And I think I can accurately make that deduction after 2 days in Death Valley, enduring 100-degree heat and the entire time driving over what might be the most rugged, unforgiving terrain I've ever had the pleasure of experiencing myself. I mean, it was perfect for the Scorpion XTM AT. And we didn't just stick to some man-made closed course either. Oh no. We started in Red Rock Canyon just outside of Vegas, cut through Shoshone, dropped into the Badwater Basin, a mere 282 feet below sea level, no big deal, and then made our way through Furnace Creek Wash and up through the absolutely stunning Artists Drive. And of course, what good's an AT tire test in Death Valley without a sand sesh at Dumont Dunes? Yep, we did it all with this tire, and I'm going to give you my real thoughts from the driver's seat, so stick around. But spoiler, this tire has a lot more going for it than just a drool-worthy sidewall. Come on, seriously, look at that sidewall. Cool, huh? More on that design in a moment. But first, let's start with a little context. Pirelli's Scorpion family has been around for decades, since 1998. But the tire maker's first go at a tire design for the North American replacement market all-terrain segment was in 2017 with the Scorpion AT+. But that was really made more for a highway-focused driver. It wasn't intended for those weekend warrior types going off the road all the time. The XTM AT is different. This is the company planting its flag in the true all-terrain segment. During the ride and drive, Pirelli told me that North America is now its biggest and fastest growing market, and the Scorpion XTM AT is intended to be a cornerstone of the company's strategy here. So what makes the XTM AT different? Well, let's start with that tread, as promised. It's got this bold, high void pattern with shoulder lugs that extend all the way into the sidewall. Look, there's no break between the tread and sidewall, at all. Now, that looks killer, but it's not just for looks. It actually adds traction and durability when you're aired down and clawing through sand or climbing rock. When you let some air out of that tire, this sidewall has a chance to almost become a part of the tread. It's pretty brilliant. Ian Koch, Pirelli's chief technical officer, explained to me that flowing that tread pattern continuously down the shoulder wasn't easy. In fact, that design required them to design from scratch a new mold machine that Pirelli calls the Mega Mech. Here's Ian explaining why that's such a big deal.
Continuous sidewall element that comes from the tread, yeah. So really that's a breakthrough in technology for us. You don't see many manufacturers out there, and I can't really name one at the moment, that has that same kind of, should we say, distinctive continuous flow element. And to do that, we really had to redesign the mechanism that we use to do the curing. One, the size is an issue, because these are big tires, big green covers when you go into the curing press. But to actually then close the mechanism to ensure that the element and the rubber is in the right place, it's been quite a challenge for our process engineering team. Really the difference being that you're taking part of the tread, which is normally a segment which sits more or less horizontal in the mold, but you're actually now trying to curve that round as the press is closing at the same time. Yeah, that's how the Mega comes from the size, because to give us space on this, we're really using our maximum diameter on our mechanism capability, but yeah, it's been very exciting.
Now, in Death Valley, I was given ample opportunity to drive on these tires with a Ford Bronco Heritage Edition, a Jeep Wrangler, and a Rivian R1T. And the road manners of the Scorpion XTM AT on pavement, well, it was surprisingly good for an AT tire. Now, is it silent? No, of course not. It's an aggressive AT tire. But it was quiet enough that I noticed how not loud it was. And I think that's saying a lot. But truly, off-road is where this tire shined. Through gravel and hardpan, it held traction very well without feeling floaty, and in soft sand and on the dunes, it had a significant grip and never made me feel like I was completely out of control of the vehicle. Okay, so if I'm being real with you, yeah, driving in the soft sand is hard. I mean, I rarely have an opportunity to spend time in the sand, so times like this is totally outside of my comfort zone. And I don't think I was the only one in that boat. But Pirelli gave us the opportunity to really whip around the course and have some fun, and I had the time of my life. Plus, we had some incredible direction from one of the best in the business, the founder of the Rebel Rally herself, Emily Miller. A huge thanks to her and her colleagues for their top-tier off-road guidance and for being so patient with me out there while I learned a whole new way of driving. One thing I didn't get to do personally out in the desert was test snow and winter performance. The white stuff is surprisingly hard to find in this part of the country, unless, of course, you're climbing up one of the many mountains in the area. But the Scorpion XTM AT does carry the 3 Peak Mountain Snowflake certification, so that tells you it's going to perform. Plus, this tire features Pirelli's new bi-layer compound that is tuned to stay pliable in cold temperatures, but stable when things heat up. It's kind of a techie way of saying it gives you better year-round grip without killing your rolling resistance. Speaking of rolling resistance, let's talk EVs. The Scorpion XTM AT is launching in a dedicated EV and hybrid version with Pirelli's elect symbol, as well as another for ICE vehicles. The EV version is said to cut rolling resistance and help maximize range for those drivers. In both versions, you're going to find 2-ply construction, reinforced sidewalls, and chip and chunk resistance. If you're a dealer wondering about stocking options, the Scorpion XTM AT is launching with 37 SKUs ranging from 17 to 24 inches and flotation options. That covers key fitments like the F-150, the Silverado, the Ram 1500, the Jeep Wrangler, the Bronco, Rivian R1Ts and R1Ss, and even the upcoming Ram 1500 REV. So here's my takeaway. The Pirelli Scorpion XTM AT isn't just Pirelli trying to get in on the all-terrain game. I mean, yes, the AT segment was a hole in their North American product screen, and they recognize that, for sure. But after really putting this tire through its paces out west, this is them showing up to the AT party with real intent. It's a tire with a great blend of aggressive off-road performance, but still with really decent on-road manners. So that's my time with the Scorpion XTM AT. But what do you think? Have you been waiting for a product like this from Pirelli? Will this tire be a contender on your showroom floor? Let me know in the comments or shoot me a message. I'm just curious to know. So thanks guys, and as always, take care.